What we're really seeing, and this is the yin and the yang, is with horizontal drilling and the fact that now you can load multiple wells on one pad. It's not like the old days when you had all this vertical drilling and it's like, okay, we're going to put one here, and we're going to put, and now we got to go for more density. We have a much better ability to use one central surface location to access a multitude of locations. And, just an odd fact, the longest horizontal well in the world, I think, is like 12 miles. Yeah, I mean,
see, I thought it was just they could go a couple miles.
No, they've got some of them that are just, Now that's not an average. I mean, you wouldn't see that, but it lets you know where things are going. So, I think that as we project forward, what's going to happen is, there's going to be fewer pads, but using those fewer pads as the entry point for more different wells. So, but the biggest area of dispute that I see is what I had outlined for you, where I represent the surface owner that has no minerals and now has to deal with the operator. I mean, because, particularly if it's a rancher or a homeowner, I mean, that is everything to them. And they especially get people, they've been there for 30 years or whatever, they can be very, very contentious. And, because, and I don't want to give anyone the misimpression. I mean, the industry, they're not, they don't roll over. I mean, my dealings with industries are very matter of fact. It's like, look, Ralph, this is what we did here, this is what we did here, this is what we did here, and that's why we're offering you this. We think that's reasonable. So, you can handle, you can negotiate these things. But, they're not just writing checks. I mean, the difference between surface use agreements and leases is, with leases, you're actually competing against, or they're competing against other companies and stuff like that. By the time they're getting the surface use agreement, they already have the lease already figured out. So now they know it's basically a block market. They got one person to deal with. So, so they can be tough. They can be really, the clients you represent on oil and gas leases, they tend to leave much, much happier because they're thinking in terms of, I got my royalty and I got this great bonus payment. It's like, hey, it's Christmas in August. This is great. Not so much for, and the numbers for surface use, I mean, you're talking 10,000 a pad, 15,000 a pad, $6 a well, $3 a well. I mean, it's just totally different. So
when a person goes in to negotiate a surface agreement, you should go into it thinking that, okay, if this thing starts producing, I have to look at the future and how my surface agreement's going to
absolutely
keep me safe in the future.
Absolutely. You got to think about multiple pads. You got to think about the roads that access those pads. You got to think about how those roads may interfere with your alfalfa crop, your hay crop, your herds. Just there are a million different things, and each one's different. And then you got to deal with all the bad stuff that happens. It's like something happens in the dead of winter. They got to go with a workover rig. And now you got surface disturbance. So, kind of kid. The roughneck runs over your prize bull calf. You have to figure out, how much does that thing cost? Your gates are destroyed. I mean, how do you deal with, how do you deal with getting the snow out in the wintertime? What do they do with the snow when they get rid of it? I mean, there are a whole host of issues that if you don't think them through, because I get those calls. It's like, it's like, oh my God, they just went through the